Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to your sleep story. I am Teresa Noy, your radical self-love coach. I work with high-achieving women who typically put themselves last to love themselves enough to put themselves first. You deserve to love, cherish, and honor yourself without guilt because your well-being matters. It gives me great joy to be the voice that guides you into a restful sleep tonight. You are so deeply loved. Your existence is the proof. Before we begin tonight's sleep story, let's start with a relaxation session. I'm going to count down from 10 to 1, and as I do, allow yourself to let go more and more. 10. Feel the support beneath you, the support of your bed, the floor, and the earth beneath. Imagine the warm sand of a beautiful beach, cradling you, holding you with the earth's gentle strength. Allow that certainty, that solidity, to enable you to release a little more, to sink into this moment a bit more. 9. You are safe. All is well. Allow my voice to be a point of safety for you. Allow my voice to be an anchor that keeps you in a safe space. Know that my voice will only ever bring you into safe places. Feel it into your body now. Notice where you might be holding tension. Maybe your feet, your hands, your face, or your belly. Just release it all. Your body has worked hard for you today. It's time for it to rest. It deserves rest. 8. Today is done. Whatever has been, has been. Whatever will be, will be. All you have is now. So thoughts about the day that just was, or days that are to come, don't serve you right now. Allow that realization to enable you to settle into this moment more. 7. This is your moment. You have nowhere to be, nowhere to go. The only place you need to be is here, enjoying this cozy sleep story and the sound of my voice. You deserve it. 6. You deserve it. You deserve rest. You deserve sleep. You deserve to be here. Allow that fact to help you let go a little more. 5. Perhaps allow yourself to feel a little gratitude now. Gratitude for this moment. Gratitude for the ability to rest. Gratitude for the simple things. Your breath, the shelter you have tonight, the opportunity to switch off in a place of safety. 4. Embrace the coziness of this moment, the coziness of lying down in a safe space, moving towards sleep in the beautiful act of storytelling. 3. Begin to engage with your imagine now. Engage with your imagination. Picture a beach in the Caribbean, a secluded spot on the beautiful island of Barbados, isolated from the rest of the world, or another favorite spot that you may have. Allow yourself to engage. Bring that picture to mind and check in with your body again. Make sure you're not holding tension anywhere. Release and allow yourself to sink a little deeper to completely let go now as I tell you tonight's sleep story. Close your eyes and let the noise of the day begin to fade. Take a deep breath, one that reaches all the way down into your soul. Tonight, we will journey to a place where clarity reigns and the endless chatter of doubt is silenced. A place where certainty lives within you, waiting for you to remember it. Once there was a woman who carried the weight of uncertainty like a heavy stone on her back. Each day her mind spun in endless circles, replaying conversations, revisiting decisions, and imagining outcomes that hadn't even happened yet. Should she? Shouldn't she? What if she was wrong? What if she missed something? The questions were relentless. A hum that grew louder and louder until it drowned out everything else. Over time, doubt became her constant companion, whispering that she couldn't be trusted, not with her choices, not with her life, not even with herself. Doubt told her she needed more time, more information, more validation before she could move forward. And so she overthought, she overanalyzed, she second-guessed. Her mind became a maze full of loops that never led anywhere new. She exhausted herself trying to think her way into certainty, as though the right answer could be found through effort alone. The weight of proving herself and the fear of failing left her weary, and yet she couldn't stop. She believed the answer was somewhere out there, in another book, another person, another late night spent wrestling with herself. But one day, when her mind had spun itself into another knot, she stopped. It wasn't out of brilliance or breakthrough. It was out of sheer exhaustion. Her thoughts had grown so tangled that she couldn't take another step. And in the stillness, she heard something she hadn't noticed before. The sound of her own breath, slow, steady, constant. Be still and know. The words rose within her like a whisper, as if they had been waiting at the edges of her awareness. She breathed them in, letting their weight settle gently into her heart. And for the first time in a long while, she was quiet. That day, she chose to stop running to her mind for answers. Instead, she turned inward to a deeper knowing that had always been with her. She remembered her inner compass, the one she was born with, the one that didn't rely on endless processing and overthinking, the compass that guided her not with noise, but with quiet nudges, a pull in her chest, a soft yes or no that lived beneath the chaos of her mind. It wasn't loud, it wasn't forceful. It was simply certain. At first, the stillness felt foreign, even uncomfortable. Her mind rebelled, trying to drag her back into the familiar whirlwind of questions and theories. But in the quiet, she began to notice something beautiful. Her intuition had always been there, patiently waiting beneath the noise. When she looked back at her life, she realized how many times it had spoken to her. The uneasy feeling when she was about to say yes, when she meant no. The gentle pull toward an opportunity that felt right, even if it didn't make sense on paper. The moments when she knew before she could explain how. And yet, for so long, she had ignored it, dismissed it, overridden it in favor of logic, strategy, and the approval of others. But now, she was ready to listen. Day by day, she began to trust this inner compass. At first, it felt strange, like standing on unfamiliar ground. The habits of overthinking tugged at her, trying to pull her back into the maze. But when she caught herself over-processing, she paused, placed a hand over her heart, and whispered, "I trust myself." The more she trusted, the clearer the guidance became. Her inner compass didn't offer every step of the path at once. Instead, it asked her to trust the next step, to trust that goodness was already walking alongside her. The impact on her life was profound. Decisions that once felt paralyzing now felt clear. She no longer agonized over every detail, dissecting it until there was nothing left. She chose and she trusted. She trusted herself to learn, to grow, and to adjust as needed. She trusted that no matter what, she would be okay. The freedom came slowly, but it came. She stopped needing to justify herself to others because her own certainty was enough. She stopped replaying conversations in her mind because she no longer needed to prove her worth. She stopped waiting for permission to live her life and began moving forward with boldness and peace. Where her mind once screamed, her heart now whispered. Where doubt once ruled, certainty stood tall. She found joy in knowing that the answers were already within her. Her intuition, her inner compass, was a gift, and she no longer ignored its quiet guidance. The woman who once lived tangled in her thoughts now stood grounded and free. Her life no longer felt like a series of frantic guesses, but a quiet, steady flow. She learned to slow down, breathe, and listen to herself and to the wisdom that lived within her. Goodness was following her, just as it always had been. She was no longer chasing it. She was simply receiving it. When her friends and family asked what had changed, she smiled softly. "I trust myself now," she said. "I trust the goodness that follows me." The mind drama was gone. The overthinking dissolved like mist under the morning sun. She had stopped searching for certainty in the noise of her thoughts and instead found it in the stillness of her soul. And she was free, free to live, free to breathe, free to rest. Each night, as she lay in bed, she no longer replayed the day in her head or questioned whether she had done enough, chosen enough, or been enough. Instead, she closed her eyes and whispered, I trust myself. I am guided. I am held. And goodness follows me. And then, with a heart full of peace, she slept, knowing that everything she needed was already within her. Tonight, let yourself drift into this same peace. Release the need to overthink or overanalyze. Let your breath guide you back to stillness. Trust the inner compass that always points you home. You don't have to figure it all out. You can simply be. I trust myself. I am guided. I am held. And goodness follows me. Good night, beautiful soul. You are guided. You are loved. And you are free.